A little over 5 years ago, my brother started dating Maria, my now fiance. 3 months after they started dating, they set me up with her now ex best friend, Jen. The four of us did a lot together since the girls were best friends. Turk and Maria dated for a year and Jen and I dated for 9 months. At the end of our relationship, I came home early and found Turk and Jen in my bed. After I processed the situation, I called Maria because I'd want to know if I was in her place. She came over and we confronted Turk and Jen. They dumped us. And I found out 2 days later, they started dating each other. It broke me. I came home to find my brother effing my girlfriend only to run off with her. I had to move back in with my parents. It was infuriating because they kept talking about how happy Turk and Jen were. Throughout the next couple of months, Maria and I started talking. 4 months after we got dumped, Maria and I officially started dating. 6 months after we got dumped, Turk found out that Jen was cheating on him. Sorry. Why am I not surprised? She left him for the other guy. Maria would get the occasional message from Turk trying to reconnect, but she ignored him. Turk tried to hook up with your now fiance? Moving on to now, Maria and I are engaged and getting married in September. Congratulations. My parents were invited until my mom called me and threatened to not come if I didn't invite Turk. I told her to not bother coming regardless. In my brother's eyes, Turk can do no wrong, even though he stole your girlfriend and also tried to reconnect with your now fiance after that ex-girlfriend cheated on him. It seems like to me that Turk can do a lot of wrong. When he slept with and started dating my ex, I told my parents everything he did and my mom tried defending him. Seriously? Yeah, I see why you don't want to invite them to your wedding. After I uninvited my parents, Turk blew up my phone trying to get a hold of me. This is the first time he's even tried reaching out to me in 4 years. So wait, there was no apology or anything, or trying to touch base with you and catch up, but he did try to touch base with and catch up with your now fiance. Like I said before, Turk posted about the situation here on Reddit as well, and apparently my parents told him that Maria and I were getting married, and that started this whole thing of them getting uninvited. He stopped calling me, but he's blowing up my phone with texts, begging me to re-invite my parents and possibly give him an invite. I am very curious to know what your brother said. We'll get to that in a second. Back when my ex Maria and I were dating, we set my brother Arthur up with his ex Jen, who was Maria's, I guess now ex, best friend. Out of our little group, my personality matched Jen's the most, which led to us getting close. We were at a party and we did the deed. We snuck around for about a week before Arthur and Maria found out. Jen and I decided we'd be better together, so we broke off our relationship and started dating each other. Jen and I dated for about 6 months and it was amazing until I found out she was cheating on me and she left me for the other guy. I kept thinking about how good Maria was to me. In hindsight, she treated me way better than Jen ever did. Yeah, but you realize that too late, buddy. That's a little late for that. Can't you find somebody new? Or you gotta go for the person that your brother is dating again? I went to message her and beg her to take me back, but decided to look at her Instagram pictures first, and that's when I found out that her and Arthur had started dating in the 6 months Jen and I were together. Alright, so I guess you didn't know that she was with your brother, but you didn't know that she was with your brother because you haven't spoken to your brother in 4 years because you stole his girlfriend. They've been together 4 years, and I found out from my parents that they're getting married in September. What hurts even more is the fact that I didn't even receive an invite. I mean, I know things have happened between us, but Arthur and I are brothers. Clearly, you don't care about the fact that you're brothers. We're family. Oh, brother. When I told my parents I hadn't received an invite, they phoned Arthur and tried to get him to invite me. But all that ended up doing is getting them uninvited. I tried calling Arthur to get them re-invited and to get myself invited, but he didn't answer any of my calls. My parents haven't said anything, but I feel like they're mad at me for getting them uninvited from Arthur's wedding. Am I wrong for accidentally getting my parents uninvited from my brother's wedding? Yes. This is the definition of f*** around and find out. He literally f***ed around and he found out. I have to say though, I'm wondering if your parents know the full story here, because to me, it sounds like your brother likes to leave out details to make himself sound better. He doesn't really see he's done anything wrong. He's probably found a way to justify it or something. I don't know. Judging by the way that he decided to present himself on social media and on this Reddit thread, I feel like he wasn't entirely forthcoming with what he did. I know I was literally awful to you. I'm sorry, did you mean to say, I'm so sorry I stole your girlfriend, then tried to steal your girlfriend again? I love it when I find Reddit threads where you see like both sides of the story. You just see human nature, right? Like you see people leaving out certain things that make them sound bad, and they kind of like, you know, cherry pick what they choose to tell. It's very telling. In this post that I read, I don't really see any remorse from the brother's part at all. He literally does not understand how it's possible that his brother uninvited him from his wedding. Yes, he's dating your ex, but you cheated on her, so you didn't want her. I'm not surprised you deleted that. So, OP, the brother we like, has a small update that he wanted to share because he got married. My wedding was amazing. It went so smoothly, and I didn't hear from Turk. He didn't even show up as far as I know. Wow, no congratulations or anything, eh? My parents didn't show up and try to make a scene or anything, which was good. I guess Turk called my mom because she texted me shortly after my honeymoon, basically begging me to forgive Turk because he's my brother. I fail to see when Turk has ever apologized until he wasn't getting an invite to the wedding. Has he ever apologized? Based on what he's written, there's been no apology until he wanted something and wanted to be invited to the wedding. I didn't text back, it's not worth it. That was a week ago, and I haven't gotten any other text from my mom or Turk since. Whose side are you on? The brother? The other brother? Or mine? My side. You should be on my side. My fiance and I have been together for 8 years and engaged for 3. I was doing my PhD program and was juggling planning the wedding. My fiance took much of that work, but it was perfect because our dream venue was booked until after my graduation. So what we did is we booked our dream venue 3 years in advance. It really is a beautiful venue. The only slot we got was September of this year. My sister got engaged a few months ago to her fiance. They were planning on having a spring wedding next year. They had no venue lined up, but had a few vendors lined up as well as a set date. Yesterday, our parents invited us and our significant others to a family barbecue, where my sister announced to our extended family that she is expecting. Everyone was so happy for her and my brother-in-law, who is a great guy. My nan asked my sister if the wedding was still on the set date or if they were going to wait because of the baby. She said no, that she hoped that she could move it to September. No big deal. We didn't have many out-of-town guests, so they could attend both weddings, no problem. Nan was happy and asked sister if she needed help planning such a short notice wedding. My sister then turns around and said, "That's what I really wanted to talk to you about. I was really hoping that we could kind of like take your venue." She said, "I really cannot stress myself too much with planning a wedding while going to maternity classes." She also said, "I think it's so beautiful. It would really mean a lot to me." I'm sure it would. It went silent, but everyone was looking at me expecting to say, "Yes, of course, everything for my little sister." My brother-in-law looked very uncomfortable and told her that they had talked about this and it was not okay to put me on the spot. Yeah, she did it in front of your entire family. Ugh. That puts you in a position that you feel like you can't say no. But my sister just said, "Don't be like that. My sister wants to do what's best for me, so it's no big deal, right?" I just said, "Well, it kind of is. I don't know. I have my heart set on that venue." "Right, because you planned it 3 years in advance and waited." Cue the crying. She stormed off. Nan told me I was being selfish because she needed the venue more than I did. Why? I tried to defend myself and my mother said, "You waited 3 years. Would it have killed you to wait a few more months? When has your sister ever asked for something?" A few comments later, my fiance got really mad and we left. My sister called me crying and said it was unfair that I always get what I want and that I could have done this one thing for her. Dad said it is just a venue and what matters is the person you are marrying. He is kind of right, but we've been planning for so long. If it's just a venue, then why does it matter if she gets the venue? My fiance is furious with my family and doesn't even want my sister to come. Now my family's threatening to not come because I'm being selfish and my sister needs it more than me because having a baby is too stressful. My brother-in-law called me and apologized for the inconvenience. He told me he'd discussed it with my sister and she told him she would not ask. He's properly mad with her now and warned me that my sister's blaming me for potentially ruining her marriage. My father has sent me about 5 texts along the lines of, "I hope you're happy your sister hasn't stopped crying since yesterday," and so on and so on. My fiance and I have decided to boot my sister from the bridal party and replace her with my aunt, who is the only family member that took my side. We've not decided whether or not we will invite my family as a whole. Furthermore, my mom took it upon her to tell us. She called fiance's parents and told them that it would be best if my sister gets it because she's pregnant and preeclampsia runs in the family, whatever that means. My future father-in-law told them to off and basically ripped my mom a new one for expecting something so ridiculous and that they were going to lose me if they kept playing favorites. So my mom is now crying too and said that my father-in-law is an Bruh. This is just getting so pathetic. My in-laws are driving to us currently with some supper and basically told me not to worry about it and that no matter what happens, they will be my safety net. I cried of happiness. Well, thank God you're not the only one that feels this way, you know? Like, it's always nice to be supported whenever there's a little family feud. Update. My sister saw this story while browsing on her Reddit account. She lost her mind. She accused me of painting her like a loony and misinterpreting facts. My sister got wind of the situation due to various media outlets and went on Reddit. It doesn't surprise me that it went viral because she's being so unreasonable. She said I was being unfair. She also underlines the fact that the opinion of internet strangers doesn't count because family's more important and I should focus on making my family happy. Okay, so then I pose that question to her then. Why is it that she doesn't consider her family more important and she doesn't consider her sister's happiness important? And why is she asking you to take your wedding venue? To which OP responds, I am sorry that you perceived it that way. I did not in any manner distort what happened. As you might notice, I didn't describe your tone nor exaggerated anything. Perhaps you have that night different in your mind than I do, but I digress. I am sick and tired of bending to your will. My whole life I've been your servant and your doormat. Remember all the birthdays I had to share with you because you would throw a tantrum because you didn't get presents. Or when you cried so that I would fill out job applications for you. But the thing that has hurt me now is when you ruined my graduation. I am done. Oh, she ruined the graduation, eh? I admit that I also spoiled you, but I won't any longer. If you want to marry so bad before your baby is born, then you can look at Hotel X that offers last-minute weddings. I've spent too much time planning my wedding to gift it to you. And if you want to ruin our relationship over this, then go ahead. I will sleep sound and safe knowing it wasn't my fault. She then blocked me and unblocked me this morning to send me this. Wedding planner. Hello, dear. I got your message from your mother and will proceed with the rebooking of the venue on the spot. However, this will have extra costs as we have to change the names on the contract. Please come by my office so we can sign the new contract. Sister, that's great. I'll be there at 9. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know if she can do that so easily. Don't they need to contact you? Fast forward to the wedding. We sat together and put passwords with the majority of our vendors and also with the venue directly. We didn't talk to our planner yet, which is why the text message of my sister worries me so much. Also, we canceled the catering that my parents paid for. Probably a good idea. Short term, we won't be able to get a full catering like we wanted to. All our friends and my fiance's family will help us prepare a buffet and everyone is going to chip in. That will be our bachelor party, as we will have to spend more on our food now that we canceled our bachelor parties, and we'll have a family and friends cooking session. I love how everybody's coming together. You know what I mean? It's so nice to have support. I'm glad that you have some support, babes. Thank you again for helping me see how toxic my family is. I will try to sort it out. If they apologize from the bottom of their heart, they will be allowed into my wedding, but if not, I doubt it, honestly. Then, well, I still have my brother, who will be walking me down the aisle, and my aunt. We called my planner and she was actually very horrified. She told me she never as much as talked to my mother since the day we went to book the venue. She assured me even if they were to call and say that I wanted it, I had to be present to make any changes. So we informed everyone that will work for us on our wedding, and they offered to hire security for that day at a reduced price. And I have one final update for you that's very, very satisfying. Finally, I get around to writing an update. After I last spoke to my parents, they did not let go of their position. I was the bad guy and I was responsible for my sister's depression and her failing relationship. It went so far that I had to block them and change my number as they were contacting me from relatives' phones and so on. It was a real bummer, especially during a time that should be so special. I was harassed by my sister and her entourage on Facebook and Instagram, so I simply deleted it. All of this because you didn't want to give up the wedding venue that you were smart enough to book 3 years in advance. It was a mentally draining time, but my husband's family and friends and my brother helped me get through it. I had basically cut off every family member that had given me for keeping my wedding date. My nan came to my door a few days before the wedding, begging to let her come. I had a long talk with her and she ended up apologizing, even though she still failed to see the logic in switching weddings. But she didn't want to pressure me and wanted to be there for me. We hugged it out, but our relationship is not back to normal yet. This is the thing, like, you can have family feuds, but at the end of the day, you are still family. And like, you don't have to see eye to eye on everything, but you got to be able to put those things aside for important family things, like weddings, like engagements, babies. The day of the wedding. The morning was really good and relaxing. My bridesmaids and I got ready. We drank, made pictures. My dress fit perfectly and I looked just gorgeous. But then came time to leave for the ceremony. We were at the venue making before pictures with my friends when I saw the little car of my sister approaching the venue. Admittedly, I was pants, or well, my dress. One of my friends ran to the venue to get one of the security people that we hired. I didn't want another Hulk smash moment at my wedding. She'd been angry and crying, and as soon as she saw me, she started screaming obscenities. Apparently, I am a filthy bull that made her fiance break up with her. No, babes, you did that all on your own. She was like possessed, and at that moment, I couldn't but feel pity for her. A thing to explain is that in the mornings, the plants are always watered at the venue by some of these sprinkler systems. Thus, the earth was a bit muddy. The next thing that happened really fast. My sister bent down to take mud and was getting ready to throw it at me in my dress when my maid of honor sprinted toward her and pushed her so that she fell with her into the flowers. Dude, police, like literally police. The security officer arrived seconds later and removed her, and with that, I had enough ammunition to file for a restraining order against her. I didn't even want to file a police report at this point, I just wanted her to stay away from me. The rest of the day was just amazing. I married my best friend, the love of my life, and just my rock. My brother walked me down the aisle. We all cried at the vows. It was spectacular. Of course, I miss my parents, but it is what it is. We left for our honeymoon, and when we came back, I decided to start looking for jobs in a different city. I didn't want to lose my friends, but I just felt like I needed a clean break. I got a new job at a university in a bigger city, and we're currently in the process of moving. But maybe the biggest change, and also the most cliche change, is that I am pregnant. Oh. Was your sister still pregnant? What happened there? What happened to your sister's baby? It is a classic honeymoon baby. We haven't really told anyone now in fear of something happening, so you nice people of Reddit are the first ones to know. Besides, my husband and me. I'm so excited that I'm tearing up writing this. This was not something we planned for a few years, but we are ecstatic. I've only heard through people in town about the rest of my family. My sister's going around telling people that I was the reason brother-in-law broke up with her, and that I was trying to dox her or some shit. She moved in with my parents and refuses to work. Nan told me the last time she saw my parents, they looked exhausted because my sister was behaving like a baby. Well, yeah, we kind of knew that, right? But maybe you needed stupid strangers on the internet to tell you that. I guess their parenting is catching up with them. I can only say that I'm really happy right now, and it hurts having lost family, but at the end of the day, cutting out toxic people is the best I could do. I now have a husband and a honeymoon baby on the way, my very own family. Oh, and a shiny new backbone. Congratulations, my dear, on the wedding, on the baby, on keeping your wedding venue and your dignity. And that shiny new backbone looks good on you.